What is up, YouTube? And if you've been watching the 4 previous videos, you'll know that if you made it this far, this is the final video of a 5-part series that I'm doing on some of the first ever Lego dinosaurs that we got way back in 2001. It has been more than 20 years since these iconic Lego sets came out, so I thought it'd be fun to look back at each individual set, and now today I'm going to include my thoughts and rank all 4 of these sets together. It's important to remember that all 4 sets included 4 dinosaur builds, an instruction sheet with a unique playmat on the back, as well as a box that can be used for a stand. In front of me I have all 4 main builds from each set on their container top display stands, and overall I really liked all of these sets, and it was really hard to pick an absolute favorite, and I think that all of them have good value and really good aspects and really bad aspects. You can watch the 4 previous videos in this series to get a good idea of the individual sets as a whole, as well as if you wanted to see all of their alternative builds. For this video though, I'm going to have to rank them all on what they bring to the table and really focus less on the accuracy of the individual dinosaurs from each build, because looking at the source material, a lot of them have major accuracy flaws, and that's mostly due to the building system. I do go over more of an accuracy comparison in the individual set videos, so if you're looking for that, go and check those out. For me though, this overall final review is again really about, if you had to pick one of these sets, which one would you pick first? Which one would you pick second? Which one would you pick third? And which one would you pick last? And for me, the one that I would pick last, if I was at Target looking at all 4 of these sets on the shelf and I had to choose one that I wanted the least, unfortunately, it would be the Mosasaurus set. I still really like it, and this was really hard to choose, but mainly it comes down to the fact that the other builds in that set just aren't different or good enough to stand up on their own in any capacity. The Mosasaurus is one of the strongest ones, but at least in the other sets you get something different, something unique, something noteworthy, and for me, that's why Mosasaurus comes in at last place on this list. There's just no other reason to build any of the other dinosaurs that come with this one. Up next, in third place, I have the Styracosaurus set. Man, these are really tough calls, and I really like this set. I actually like this set so much more after rebuilding it than I did as a kid. In fact, this would win my award for the most improved as well as the most accurate overall set award. It would go to this set. I think it has really stood up well over time, and definitely, there is some uniqueness to this set, but it really comes down to, is there are 3 really similar builds that the only thing different with them is what position their horns go on the main head, and I'm just looking for a secondary, more unique build. They're kind of just at this point bonuses. Oh, move the horns, oh, this looks cool, this is accurate, this looks good, and then you get kind of the Camarasaurus at the end. So for me though, if it had another stronger unique build, this would have been much further up on the list, but overall, right now, it comes in third place. For me, in second place, I had the Brachiosaurus set, and this set was great, and it was actually, when I was a kid, it was the one that I bought. I have very fond memories of it because my brother got the T-Rex one, so I had to get the Brachiosaurus one, and had so much fun playing with this set as a kid, but I've got to put away my nostalgia for this set and really look at this as an adult collector over time. For me though, this set, similar to the Styracosaurus set, suffers from a differentiation between builds. The one thing that I will call out though is that the Brachiosaurus is a water-based dinosaur, and then you had these 3 other herbivores, and for me, I really liked the fact that it included this water-based dinosaur with the fins. There was a reason to kind of change and rebuild to that variation, and I remember doing that as a kid, right? That was the one that I built from that set because I was like, I've got the herbivore, and now I've got this water-based dinosaur. So for me, that was really the differentiator here. The fact that that fourth or third variation of the set is totally different, totally unique, and not something that we really got to see in any of the other sets. Sure, we got a Mosasaurus, but overall, this is another one that had fins. The only of all 16 different builds you can have, there was only 2 that had fins. One was Mosasaurus and one was this. So it was just a great other reason to get this set. That's really the difference between the Brachiosaurus set and this Styracosaurus set. Overall, I think the Brachiosaurus helps carry this set a long way too, because that was just such a great dinosaur and you really, really wanted that set. This leaves none other than a T-Rex set for first place. For me, what really came down for the differentiator here was the fact that you wanted to buy multiple of this set because it had 2 of probably the most iconic dinosaurs in this set. Outside of the Brachiosaurus, it had the T-Rex as well as the Spinosaurus, so you wanted to get 2 of those. And then the other 2 builds that came in this set were different herbivores, so you could build a Parasaurolophus, so you had a reason to build an alternative build as well, just like with the Brachiosaurus set. It wasn't the most unique secondary builds, but there was something different there for 2 of the builds. So for me, you really wanted to at least get the T-Rex and the Spinosaurus and then maybe something else. So what this really comes down to is the simple fact that this was the set that you absolutely wanted to get 2 of. And so for me, this set comes in at first place on this list, in my opinion. Overall, those are my final thoughts on this dinosaur series from 2001, which was one of LEGO's first forays into dinosaurs and a really valid attempt at that. I appreciate that they tried to create some sort of unique brick-built system for these. However, I'm glad they moved away from it over time, as there were some major issues with it, most notably the repetitiveness that this brought to the build. One thing though that I really liked was the fact that you could use the tops of these containers as the display stands. I know I've said that, but that's something I actually didn't realize as a kid. I never ever did that until getting my hand on these. I bought these on eBay to build for this video, and I was like, oh my gosh, I did not ever know that you could use that for a stand. And I just think that's a really cool touch in my opinion, and this is how I'm gonna have mine displayed going forward. If you missed part 1 through 4, I encourage you to go check them out as I go through each one of these sets individually and more detailed. And if you watched all 5, you're an MVP, you're the real G. Thank you so much for watching all 5 parts, and I hope you enjoyed this mini series of the 2001 LEGO Dinosaur sets. Lastly, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and joining the conversation in the comment section below. Let me know which one of these 4 packs was your favorite. Which one did you have? Which one do you wish you had? As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.